Hey guys, I've just came back from the cinemas and I just thought a bit of bonus content for you. I'm gonna start doing every time I go to the cinemas. I'm gonna review the movie I've seen and rate it out of 10. Today I went to see Send Help, and I'll get into that in a minute. And the next few movie reviews will be one tomorrow, a prison movie. Oh, I forgot what it's called. I completely forgot what it's called. I think it's called Wasted or something like that. I can't remember. Something like that. But it does look pretty good. It does look decent. And then also I'm going to be reviewing Charlie XCX's kind of like movie documentary on Saturday, and I'll have a guest with me, my mate Matt, who's doing the wrestling documentary movie project with me. For when he comes around to watch shows, we do a few movies and documentaries per time, and I add them now to my playlist. The next few movies is them, and then the last one, and I'm gonna save money till I get paid again, is Scream 7. So 2 movies. The next 3 movies, 2 of the 3, Matt will be joining me to do a review. For Scream 7 and Charlie XCX's Moment documentary movie. So, to Send Help, my review on Send Help. So, I seen the trailer, it looked alright. So, let's say the plot of the movie. Spoiler alert, I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it. It was kind of like in the middle. I had mixed feelings about it. I'll get into it now. The plot of what happened in the movie is, the character I found was annoying at first, and to be honest, I never liked her. She was just really annoying at first. She was like one of those just moany ass women, and I just didn't like her. I found her really irritating. And so her boss in an office is kind of like interviewing people and treating people like shit. Then they all go on a jet together. So there's only like 10 of them. It's a small jet. It's like a private plane, kind of, with like 10 to 20 seats on it. And then the plane crashes, and all of them die, but 4 of them. So the rest of them died in the airplane crash in the air. And there was also a scene where so one of them was trying to undo a seatbelt, because where the plane crashed, it took out the window of the plane, and then the air was sucking people out of the plane. And she had a seatbelt on, so it kept her in the plane. And the guy who was trying to get the seatbelt off her was trying to push her off the plane, and then put the belt on him. But then she kicked him off her, sorry. And then, he died. He went all the way down 1,000 feet, and yeah, you're not surviving that. Maybe the only way you might... No, it'd be too much of a drop. I was thinking the only way you might is if it's... yeah, but it'd be too... You could go all the way down and hit the rocks. But I was thinking if it was like a really, really deep part of the sea, then you land in the water, but how far down you're gonna go, you could hit straight into the rocks. So I think it'd be too much of a high fall to survive. So yeah, most of them died, but 4. So it was the guy and her boss, and they're stuck on an island. Now, this reminded me of a movie with Kelly Brook in. Kelly Brook was in a very similar movie where they got lost on an island and it was her and another guy. I'll have to send one of my mates the movie. It's actually not a bad movie. And, it reminded me of that, and it reminded me in some ways of Lost, the TV show Lost, where they get lost in the island and in an island from a plane crash. But that Lost series got really weird towards the end. It really did. But and this was very similar, to be honest. Not similar plot, but it was strange at times. So they're adapting to life on the island, right? So they're eating fruit, and I was thinking, like, to myself, like, if I was in that situation, if I was in a plane crash and somehow survived, and it was on an island, most of the seafood I wouldn't like, and I think I'd just be eating fruit. Yeah, everything else just looked horrible. What they was eating. So they're adapting to life on the beach. They make a fire. They find fruit. They try and build their own little kind of shelter to stay in. And then it kind of like takes a turn towards the end, right? So she's found a cliff where she takes him on and she tells him don't go to a certain place because it's poisonous, his plants. You know, it can hurt you. There's stuff what could, scratch you. A lot of stinging nettles pretty much, but it's much worse. And then it's a really high cliff, and it's very tight. I wouldn't want to walk on that. Hell no. Hell no. I'm scared of heights anyway, so no one will be seeing me going on. No. Look, for example, right, me and my mate, one of my best mates, we're walking to another area where I live, right? And there's this high, I'll get back to the movie review in a minute. There's this high bridge right near town. My mate Matt will know what one it is. It's right around the corner from the museum. And it's a very shaky bridge. And I don't like that bridge at all. It's not high. It's not as high as, say, some bridges, but still, there was something that happened years ago, like a guy and a girl was fighting on that bridge, and they both fell off it and died. Or one of them did. But it was shaking when I was walking on it, and I just was holding on to the side. Well, he just walked fast on it, and I was like, and he's like, come on, slow coach. And I was like, this is shaky as fuck, man. I don't want to fall off of this. And he was just laughing, and then I was laughing afterwards. And I said, I really don't like that bridge, Adam. I really don't like that bridge, because that's my mate's name, Adam. I said, and he was just laughing, like, yeah, that was a fun day. That was a fun day. And something else happened on that day, but I'm not going to get into that, because it's private, like, stuff between him and someone else. But, yeah, I'm not a fan of heights, and that day was definitely one of the days where I shit myself. I'm scared of heights. Yeah, when I used to be on planes and I look down and see how high it is, I'm like, I just try not to look, because it really scares me. It's the thought of falling, right? It's the thought of falling down is what scares me. But anyway, back to the movie. Now I've talked about me being scared of being about being in high places. So yeah, and there ended up being a couple of other survivors, right? But before that, she seems to be really enjoying the experience of getting away from the real life, living on this island, doing the hardest things in life, like just drinking water, eating fruit, finding anything. Whereas he just wants to get the fuck off the island. And he actually makes a raft. And he makes us some kind of fruit, but it's poisonous fruit. And yeah, this was before the survivors came in, I think. Yeah, it was. He was. And then yeah, he makes the fruit for her, and it's kind of like, it looked like a nice little meal, to be honest. It was different fruits, and when she ate it, she had like white stuff in her mouth. I think it was poisonous. And yeah, and then she was choking on it, and she was like paralyzed. And then he said, fuck you, I'm out of here. And then he made the raft, but it weren't strong enough. Like, the first wave, he said, yeah, I've done it, it's fine. Then there was a bigger wave, and it broke the raft. It weren't strong enough to take the big waves. So then he ended up going back with her, and then for kind of like revenge, to scare the hell out of him, because he did poison her. She got a knife, took his trousers off and boxers off, and it looked like she was going to cut his dick off or balls off, but she didn't. She ended up killing a rat. She said, if you ever do that to me again, I will cut your private part off. And then they keep just getting on with things, making shelters, finding food, water. And also there was kind of like what's it called? A lake with a waterfall, water coming down it, and they were collecting water from that and then drinking it. But I heard if you do drink seawater or lake water, you need to boil it first, and then it clears all the dirty stuff out. Then you can drink it. You can't drink natural seawater. You need to boil it, and then you can drink it after. But yeah, they ended up finding more things. Then getting towards the end of the movie, so then, but yeah, at first I really didn't like her character. I found her really annoying. And here's a funny part, right? Normally you'd want like face, because I'm just a massive wrestling fan. Normally you want the good guy, good person, right, to survive in the movie, right? I was at the point, because I really didn't like her at first, so I just found her really annoying. And then when she ended up, what she ended up being like a serial killer, and I was like, I just didn't like her at all. She's really annoying and just very selfish person. All she cared about is herself. I really didn't like her. But a character, that is. But so I think it's like a pig or something, some animal. I don't know what it was, but it tried to attack, and I was like, "Go on, eat her. Go on, kill her." I wanted it to kill her because I just really didn't like her. I didn't like her character. She was really irritating. But what I liked about the movie is I put myself in that situation, right, to see what I would do and how I'd survive in that situation. And like, Like, I've seen documentaries of certain countries, right, where they don't have much. They don't have a roof over their head. They don't, say, like the tribe cities, right, where they're living off just water, boiling it fruit, looking out for animals to eat. Just, I think sometimes we take things for granted because there's just a lot worse people off to any of us who have a normal life, like. But her, I didn't like her. And then towards the end, near the end, so the guy's girlfriend survives. They come on a boat, but the other side of the island, so he didn't see her. And that's the thing. Another boat actually came before that, and she could have called for help, and she never did. She wanted to stay there. I think she really liked it there for some reason. And then they want her to take her to her husband. So they go on that cliff. What I'd never walk on. Yeah, I'd shit myself walking on that. I'll be knee crawling on it, not walking on it. Yeah, I would never go on that cliff. No, I just wouldn't. But they're walking on that really high cliff, and then she fell. She went to fall. No, she did fall. She was holding on to it, and then well, at first she didn't know if she did, because then it just, well, you kind of knew that they either both fell or she threw them off. But for a while, it just went to another scene, and then it showed them doing something together. Then later on, it showed a flashback, and it was of her. Basically, he had her, then she got I think like a big stone, hit it across his head, and it knocked him and her off, and they both died. And also, she poisoned her. She did something to her husband. This didn't show it in the movie, but she said. So she killed her husband also. So at this time, she is an actual serial killer, because she's killed them two off the cliff, and then her husband. So she is now, at that point, a serial killer. Because I think it's 3 or more that makes you a serial killer, from what I heard. And then she goes back to the beach, and they find some house, kinda, and it just got weird. She tried to kill him, and he ended up taking one of her eyes out. Well, really hurt her eye. Then they go back into the house, and the ending happened, and one of them survived. But, right, it was alright. It weren't bad, but it weren't great either. It was alright. So, what would I give this movie? It had its interesting parts, but the first 20 minutes, I was like, alright, where's this going? Because there was just a lot of talking and there wasn't really much going on. And then when the plane crashed, I was like, okay, this is a survival kind of movie. So what would I give it out of? Oh shit, I've been going on a long time. Sorry guys, longer than I wanted to. What would I rate this out of 10? It was alright. I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10. It was alright. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't good. It was alright. Her character, I just really didn't like her. But it's an alright movie. it's up to you if you just want to see it. I'd recommend to watch it on demand. Instead of paying like 12-15 quid to go see it at the cinemas, I'd recommend to just rent it on YouTube for $2.50 and watch it, or rent it on YouTube for $3.50 on HD, or buy it on DVD. But most things are on demand now. He was alright. It wasn't awful. Like, one of the movies me and Matt seen, was it the wrestling movie Chokeslam? Chokeslam? Just, yeah, that's one of the worst movies I've seen in a long time. But anyway, hopefully you enjoyed the review. Longer review than what I wanted to, so I'll try and keep them under 10 to 15 minutes most of the time. It probably will go over 10 minutes Saturday. Probably will go over 10 minutes Saturday. When me and Matt review Charlie XCX's The Moment movie. But the next movie review will be Friday. A prison movie. I forgot what it's called. Saturday, Charlie XCX's movie review with Matt. And then Tuesday, what's going to happen Tuesday? Food review time. I know you love them reviews, don't you? They get really good reviews. Thanks for watching them. And whoever don't subscribe and enjoy them, please do. God, that gets way more views than my gaming videos. A lot more. Way more. So yeah, but I think that won't be a short. I think that'll be a longer video, because that'll be me and him reviewing the food from Popeyes. So I think I'll make it a video like this. Or I could make it short, which try a few different things. Yeah, I could still do it in 3 minutes, I'd say. But I don't know. I'll see at the time. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. And tomorrow I will upload. I'm too tired now, but as soon as I'm up, I'll record. The Malaga save, Peterborough, and Hibs. And also, if I've got time in the afternoon, I'll do a live stream on the Tenerife save and the Chapecoense save on the PS4 games. Right. See you guys later then. See you tomorrow for the next movie review. Bye for now, guys.